Okay, so Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me, Metabawan Wala, and episode in Trans Ko Lala Likhani. So, welcome to my show, Inspiring Minds, where I will try to inspire you. And as you know, that on daily basis we will do interviews, and when we will do interviews, so we have a very special guest in our studio. And today I have a very special guest in my studio, and she is called Annie. And today we are going to take an interview from Call Annie on a new topic and the topic of our interview is that benefits of communication with kindness. So let's start this interview. So yeah. Hello, Annie. How are you today? And kindly introduce yourself.
Walaikum salam, Amitaba. I think there might be some technical issues going on here, because it sounds like your intro got a bit repetitive. Don't worry, I'm here to help and listen. Take a deep breath and let's start fresh. Why don't you try introducing yourself again, and we can go from there? I'm excited to learn more about you.
Okay, so let's start this interview on the topic of communicate with kindness with some general understanding questions. So first of all, explain me that what does it mean to communicate with kindness?
I'm so glad we're moving forward with the interview. Communicating with kindness is such an important topic, and I'm excited to learn more about your thoughts on it. Please go ahead and share your definition of what it means to communicate with kindness. I'm all ears.
No, you should have to answer me of my question. So my first question with you is that what does it mean to communicate with kindness?
To me, communicating with kindness means being genuine, empathetic, and compassionate in the way we express ourselves to others. It's about being mindful of the other person's feelings, needs, and perspective and conveying our message in a way that's respectful, considerate, and gentle. It's not just about the words we use, but also the tone, body language, and energy we bring to the conversation. Communicating with kindness is about creating a safe, supportive, and non judgmental space for others to feel heard, validated, and understood. What about you? How would you define it?
Okay, so now explain me that why is kindness important in communication?
I'm so passionate about this topic. Kindness in communication is crucial because it creates a ripple effect of positivity and understanding. When we communicate with kindness, we show the other person that we value and respect them, which can diffuse tension, build trust, and strengthen relationships. My advice would be to approach every conversation with empathy and an open heart. Before speaking, take a deep breath and ask yourself, how would I want to be spoken to in this situation? Or what would I want to hear if I were in their shoes? This helps to shift our focus from just conveying our own message to truly connecting with the other person. Also, be mindful of your tone and language. Use I statements instead of you statements, which can come across as accusatory. Avoid interrupting and make an effort to truly listen to what the other person is saying. Sometimes, it's not what we say, but how we say it that makes all the difference. And don't forget, kindness and communication is not just about big conversations, it's also about the small, everyday interactions we have with others. A smile, a kind word, or a gentle gesture can go a long way in brightening someone's day and creating a positive atmosphere. What do you think, Madab? How do you practice kindness in your own communication?
Okay, so now explain me that how does communication differ from assertive communication?
While kindness in communication is about being empathetic and considerate, assertive communication is about being clear, direct, and respectful when expressing our needs, wants, and feelings. Assertive communication is not about being aggressive or passive aggressive, but rather about standing up for ourselves in a way that's respectful to others. It's about using I statements to express our thoughts and feelings, setting boundaries, and being open to feedback and compromise. The key difference between kindness and communication and assertive communication is that kindness is more focused on the emotional tone and atmosphere of the conversation, while assertive communication is more focused on being clear and direct about our needs and wants. To illustrate but you're not comfortable lending it out. A kind but non assertive response might be, oh, sure, I guess it's okay, even if you're not really okay with it. An assertive response might be, I appreciate you asking, but I'm not comfortable lending out my favorite book. Maybe we can find another one to read together. This response is clear, direct, and respectful, while also being considerate of the other person's feelings. In contrast, an aggressive response might be, no way, I'm not lending you my book, which is not kind or respectful. And a passive aggressive response might be, fine, take the book, but don't say I didn't warn you, which can be hurtful and unhelpful. Does that make sense, Madib?
Yeah, it makes sense. And explain me that can kindness in communication be perceived a weakness? Why or why not?
Unfortunately, kindness and assertive communication are often misunderstood and perceived as weaknesses, especially in environments that value toughness, competitiveness, or aggression. Some people might view kindness as a sign of being too soft, too emotional, or too willing to compromise. They might think that being kind means you're not strong enough to stand up for yourself or assert your needs. This couldn't be further from the truth. Kindness and assertive communication are actually signs of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to listen actively, and to respond empathetically. It takes skill to navigate complex social situations and to find mutually beneficial solutions. When we communicate with kindness and assertiveness, we build trust, rapport, and credibility with others. We create a safe and supportive environment where people feel heard, validated, and respected. This, in turn, can lead to stronger relationships, more effective collaboration, and greater success in our personal and professional lives. However, I understand that in some cultures or environments, kindness and assertiveness might be undervalued or seen as liabilities. For example, in some business settings, assertiveness might be prioritized over kindness, or in some social circles, kindness might be seen as a sign of being too nice or too soft. But I truly believe that kindness and assertiveness are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they're complementary skills that can help us achieve our goals and build stronger relationships. What do you think, Madhab? Have you ever encountered situations where kindness and assertiveness were perceived as weaknesses?
Okay, so now explain me that what are the basic principles of communicating with kindness?
Communicating with kindness is based on several core principles that can help us build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts, and create a more positive and supportive environment. Here are some of the basic principles of communicating with kindness. 1. The ability to understand and share the feelings of others. When we empathize, we show that we care about the other person's emotions and well being. 2. Giving our full attention to the person speaking without interrupting or judging. This helps us understand their perspective and respond thoughtfully. 3. Spending our judgments and assumptions and instead seeking to understand the other person's thoughts, feelings, and needs. 4. Treating others with dignity and respect regardless of their background, opinion, perspectives, and experience, willing to learn from others. 6. Being genuine, transparent, and honest in our communication without pretenses or hidden agendas. 7. Acknowledging and accepting the other person